You've seen stories unfold in Flores Park, Texas. You follow them into the depths of outer space and across realms far removed from our own. But back on Earth, there's a region long forgotten, an expanse left shattered in the aftermath of the Great War of Separation. A place so destabilized that most of the world refuses to acknowledge it still exists. To outsiders, it's a no-go zone. Airspace avoided, a land written off as ungovernable. Yet, life persisted. Micro cities emerged, rising, collapsing, changing hands as power shifted. Entities moved in and out. And what remains is one of the most dangerous and most unique regions on the planet. It's here that you'll encounter characters unlike any you've met before, such as Nyler, a nomad, a man whose journey leads him into Teflon, a city owned and operated by the Talberry Corporation, where order is enforced and existence itself must be accounted for. A brand new journey like never before in the Rippaverse. This is Echoes of Scythion, written by me, Eric July, illustrated by Kanan White, colored by Marcos Martin. A new story appearing in Rippazine issue number 6.
Whoa, 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 what's up? Welcome back. It feels great. This is episode 100. Wow. 100 episodes.
100
for Rip and the Silverback. I'm Rip. This is the Silverback. And thanks to the I don't know. I mean, whoever you worship, I worship Jesus, but there's a whole lot of stuff that happens that we're going to be talking about that kind of just got laid up. Some of it includes one of our good friends here, and it's an interesting time to say the least. So we're back, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm joined by, of course, my co-host on this 100th episode, the Silverback. What's up, Doc?
Well, we had episode 98 in December, and somehow it's nearly March to get to episode 100.
Hey, man, sometimes it happens, man. It happens from time to time. Things happen. You know, it's I think our audience is understanding of.
Oh yeah. But we tried it. We wanted to do this thing, and then we were both so busy that it ended up being let's just do the show.
Y'all gotta give us a break. Y'all gotta give us a break, man. Plus, I'm just gonna blame it on Baby Ripper.
Sure.
Anyway, because I get to do that. But look, everybody's got 99 things. You know what we're doing here at the Rippaverse. As is staying busy. So we're back though. We're gonna be consistent week to week after obviously this episode, and I'm really, really excited for the future of what we got going here. Maybe there's some opportunities. I already saw a super chat come in talking about chasing ghosts. So maybe there's some opportunities there. Fun stuff. Actually, I'm sorry again. I know this is like the second week I've done this. Mauler, if you're watching us, my apologies. I know I got to get back with you because we want to talk future, but we want to talk Bone God and everything. So that'll be happening soon enough. My apologies. I got to hit you back. So I have not forgot about you. I just got a trillion things going on right now. But it does feel good to be back. We got a lot of stuff to discuss. A lot of crazy stuff going on. And so I guess to start the 100th episode, I like to start properly. Let's talk in words, okay? That being said, the BAFTA Awards took place, or something took place. It was a show, okay, award show that took place.
And you can offer a unique perspective on this because
I am black, right?
I was going to say. I was going to say a far leftist. Why'd you have to bring fucking color into everything, Eric? I'm sorry, chat.
But here's the thing. So I've talked about the BAFTA Awards, because it's such an ironic award show. Some of the stuff that I've talked about in the past was post-COVID's they implemented these new rules. They're not the only award show that does it, but they were really, really leading the charge on this. Basically, the eligibility for these awards are, go look them up. Don't take my word for nothing. We've probably, I think we covered them like twice on the show, but we've gone down. They're ridiculous, man. And what I mean by that is that the amount of boxes that you have to basically check.
The criteria that you have to pass to be able to be eligible to even be nominated.
Yes, exactly. It's eligible to even be nominated for these awards. They are silly. They get really, really silly. So we've talked about that before. So it does make it a very ironic kind of situation that here we are, where someone that has an actual documented disability in which you cannot control, that's literally the disability. Okay. You cannot control what you say, said something that made people offensive, and the amount of just absolute
white women offended,
of course, and their takes alongside it has been quite interesting. What I have seen kind of in play here is we're starting to see the ranking order, because I've always been confused by it, right? With the oppression Olympics, who takes priority? Is it the person with the disability? Is it the black person? Is it the woman? Like, it's just constant. And when you get a mix of two, it gets really, really, interesting, because it's like, whose side do you take when stuff like this happens? So unfortunately, there have been people that have, it kind of started when it first happened, like they were trying to deny the person of the disability, like basically saying you don't do that, not being considerate at all of what the disability is. So there's been a lot of people, especially folks with Tourette's, that have come out and said, like, you guys have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. It's not mass thoughts. It has nothing to do with any of this. These are things that they cannot control.
Voluntary outbursts.
Yes.
So they have no forethought about what's going to come out. It just comes out. That is the whole tragedy of Tourette's.
Yes.
Hence why they had a film called I Swear, chronicling the story and how it almost destroyed his life. And then, of course, he was invited into a place of his compassionate, loving, caring, empathetic peers who immediately vilified him when he had an outburst. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What if he was black himself? What if he was brown? What if he was a woman? Do we think we'd have the
that's where the impression Olympics get
exactly.
It gets interesting.
I don't know the rules of the impression Olympics, Eric.
I don't either.
I don't know the rules. They change every day. Like the guy blurts out the N-word. White middle-aged liberal women most affected. Yeah. It's I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's the thing that gets me is that how the conversation, like I was watching it in real time, kind of changed, at least in the online discourse. It went from originally being very inconsiderate, acting as if these are like these mass thoughts. There was a lot of conversations happening, or discourse rather, around that. And then they became a little bit understanding of that. And then the post kind of shifted to, well, why are they there? And I'm like, okay, do you really want to go there about segregating segregation?
So you're saying you don't want disabled as part of society?
Do you really want to go there?
Mangler!
Do you really want to go there?
Come on in. Do you remember what happened during the Second World War? When
it got interesting. But then it progressed again, and it's kind of more or less where we're at now, where, okay, they conceded those previous two points that they were maybe incorrect, but in order to get a one-up, they are now pivoting towards, well, they said it was involuntary, but they should apologize. And I'm sitting here like, okay, you know what or at least I would hope you don't understand what the disability is.
They don't, because Grace has said she doesn't know.
But she has such an aggressive opinion about it, despite.
It's irrelevant. White women don't need to know. They don't need to know. They just need to vent. That's it. They just need to project.
That's it. That's crazy. But seeing that played out, it's like, oh well, now they need to apologize, and I'm like, okay, so you mean to say someone has this involuntary sort of a reaction there, and now you want them to be sorry for it, and I'm assuming that they're now supposed to, I guess, take the I don't know. I guess they're supposed to coddle the feelings of the quote unquote, I guess the black people, excuse me, that are somewhat offended here.
Are they?
I don't know. No, genuinely, I don't think they are. Genuinely, I do not think they are. I mean, I have a bit of a hot take. I know a lot of people ask me about it. I'm gonna give it to you just kind of in a speed run. Here, just in house steel, I do think it's insane that word holds so much power over a select group of people. To me, is one of the most retarded. I can't really call it anything else, but I do think that is something that is it's a problem. The fact that they allow that power to be wielded over them, and in which it controls their emotions, which is oddly enough, we're talking about having these involuntary reactions to where they feel like they are not only justified and everybody needs to cater to their feelings, but they're also justified to do like negative things to other people in the event that they just say this. Like, that's how much power apparently this word holds above people. Now, to those folks, I don't think in this case here there is folks that are genuinely like offended. I think it's more having to do with like these optics of it all. And then, yes, unfortunately, as with any situation, you're gonna have those that use this as a way to sort of demonize other people, right? And this is like an easy. That's what I think what happened with Grace, is that it was almost like a layup for her, at least so she thought, for her to be able to signal, hey, I'm not racist, and let's hey, look at me, black people, I'm one of the non-racist white folk out there. So it was more so virtue signaling than anything. What I did not understand, however, and again, this is the first time that I'm getting a chance to even speak about this. What I did not understand was how this ended up becoming like this thing against Gary, where there was a commenter who said something about them. I don't know if it was her specifically, being like room temperature and IQ, and
very much so she is. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, but then that turned into Gary bad, and I'm like, what did that have to do with it?
Grace linked one of Gary's videos. Here, right. I've got this lined up. Let me share this with you.
Yep.
So it started with Grace's hot takes, which a lot of people responded to because her hot takes were fucking retarded. And then she links oh my God. She links this clip from Nerdrotic. So and she says, and this is why John Davidson's uncontrollable but unfortunate, it's meant to be unfortunate action, an intentional lack of apology for using that word on a global stage is an issue. Now you've got toxic channels like this one using it to promote their own hate and biases. Their own hate and biases were defending John and having Tourette syndrome and a bunch of absolute morons coming out and having the same sort of takes that Grace has had.
Right.
I don't know what it's like over in the UK, but mostly Pakistani. But this is a serious issue. Eric, you're right, mate. You're right, bud.
I'm doing well.
I think he's got a cough. I think he's got a bad cough. But it's a serious issue here in the United States. What's it? I mean, I'm actually confused as to what the serious issue is. Does she think that there's gangs of Tourette people with Tourette's running around the UK, just blurting out the N-word? Is that you know? Never mind the rape gangs. Fuck them. They're nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
who cares about?
We
those,
got the Tourette's
apparently.
gangs over here. Going around, you know, in the dead of night, unsuspecting white liberal middle-aged women walking down the street. Boom, N-word. Gotcha. That's all I can imagine. So yeah, Grace fired shots at Gary, and then of course all hell broke loose. She's been community noted into the ground. So all hell broke loose. So another guy then responds to Grace, and then Grace quote tweets this guy and says, "See, this is what happens when a follower of," and they added Nerdrotic, they added Gary, gets empowered, blah blah blah. And then Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, DJ Cobra, Jeremy Prime, OG Jeremy, Primo Jeremy, Numero Uno Jeremy, comes into gay Jeremy.
Yeah, I was just about to say you can't forget
Could be multiple. Could be multiple.
Yeah.
Comes in and says, that guy you just quote tweeted doesn't follow Gary, but he follows you. So then the guy that was quote tweeted unfollows Grace. So because it's actually one of Grace's followers that has responded to this. And then like Drinkers jumped in today, and Grace Randolph just won't. She just keeps on doubling.
No, it's got to be a double down.
And then when he apologized directly to Michael B. Jordan and the other chappie, when he apologized directly to her, she was like, "Good, it's about time," type of thing. And it's just like you fucking scum. You are absolute fucking scum, Grace. You are the epitome of liberal stupidity and hypocrisy through and through.
Like,
if you've got to tick a box to get into where you are, and you know, unfortunately for this guy, he ticks a box because he's disabled. It'd be classed as a disability. So this guy ticks a disabled box to even get his movie, which is they're trying to promote awareness,
really
in an entertaining,
like an awareness campaign.
Awareness of Tourette's and how destructive it can be. And shit, and then these people, as soon as they see it in actual live action,
almost
they can't handle it. They just fall apart. They cannot handle it. I mean, some dumb people have been saying, why can't he just control his outburst? Well, if he could control his outburst,
he wouldn't have the disability.
Tourette's, would he?
You fucking.
Or why can't he say outburst these nice, loving words like trans lives matter and shit like? And I'm just like, honest to God, you give me a baseball bat in 5 minutes, and I could solve a lot of problems in that room.
That's what kills me about it is if anything, and I mean, maybe this is a positive that everybody can take from it. Okay. It shows you just the absolute hypocrisy of these types, in that they're not considerate. They're not, they do not care about people with disabilities. They will use them as shields. They will use them when they want to, advance maybe their social or political views, and they'll hide behind them. But when you see it actually in action, like what happened now, it's throw the guy under the bus, demand a freaking apology. Basically, you're quite literally asking for him to apologize for having a disability.
You're asking him to apologize for having a disability and for doing something he has absolutely zero control of.
Right.
And as you've just mentioned, what we've discovered, I mean, what we've seen in absolute 4K is a virtue signaling tier system.
Yep.
And where people fit. So now these liberals have been in all fairness, there's like a lot of liberals out there have been going, the guy's clearly got Tourette's. You know, this is stupid what people are saying. And there is a lot, because there are a lot of sensible. I know we sort of mock liberalism nowadays, but it's far leftism that's the big issue. But they claim to be liberal, so that it kind of like gets bundled in. But you are seeing a bunch of people who are trying to tier system where they go. So this white guy with Tourette's, his disability doesn't trump him saying the N-word when there are black people present. So he's there on the tier system. The black person's there on the tier system. Probably white Karens at the top, because white women are always most affected by everything. So we're seeing in real time the absolute hypocrisy and the fact that they absolutely 100% use minority and tick boxing as social currency, as virtue currency to display. Because there was a guy, I don't even know if he was black. I think he was trolling to Grace Randolph that says, "Thank you, Grace, for speaking on behalf of black men. We really appreciate this." And they put a gif of a black man smiling, right? So I'm pretty convinced the guy was a troll. Whoever did that was a troll, right? And they were sort of like mocking Grace. And then she responded with a like emoji. And then somebody underneath just went, boom. There you go.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
You did this for virtue points so you could feel good.
That's all it's about.
It. And then, of course, there's all the Khaleesi memes of Khaleesi when she, liberated the free city, and they just put Grace Randolph's head on.
Yeah, I've seen
that is what she's kind of feeling right now.
Yeah, it's like I said, obviously, if anything, I hope rational people look at this whole ordeal and look at how this plays out and really begin to truly understand that this is not an empathetic group of people. Okay, these types here are not empathetic at all. They are far less progressive than you probably believe that they are. And again, as we've said here, they use this as a means for basically they use the people with disabilities, whatever box you check, basically anybody that's not a white man. They use that as a shield to advance their own political ideology. And this is more about self-gratification. This is more about, kind of, hey, it's like hugging themselves kind of situation when they jump out there. They're not brave. They're not doing anything that is admirable. This is selfish. This is totally about them. This is the whole approach. This is the reason why they act the way that they act is because it's all about them.
They get excited. They get excited by stuff.
They love seeing stuff like that because that's why they rushed quick to say, well, look at me, guys. I'm not the one that's racist. I got y'all's back on this. So this is why it's
they rushed immediately to social media.
Well, of course, to signal. Absolutely. Because that's all this ever was about. It had absolutely nothing to do with, they actually care about the feelings of, and I've said this, this is why I wanted to preface it before we got to kind of going into this about this position. If you are a black person that gets like that bent out of shape about this word like that anyway, and it has that much power over you need to grow the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like straight up, like this is something that I think that you guys allow those types that are out there. I think there's a lot less than maybe people think, but those that are out there that are like, oh my God, clutch pearls, faint on the couch at the idea of someone saying that word there, and it has that much control and power over you, whether you think it justifies violence or it justifies complete and total cancellation. Like if it got that much power over you, you have problems. But the whole point when you have someone like a Grace is to signal to those people, hey, look at me. I have your back. And it very much is that meme where they are being where she feels like she's being sort of carried, I guess, by the black folks because they're going to herald her or parade her around because she's ever so brave for taking everybody's all the black people's back, which is what was so interesting about reading her.
Don't you feel so protected? No.
Yeah, that's what made it so like, and it's in the language, obviously the type of rhetoric that she's using where she's like acting as if like, hey, look at me, like this word, she's speaking from a point of authority, I guess, where she thinks that she's speaking from a place of authority where
but she admits that she doesn't know what it is.
Well, she doesn't care what it is. That's the thing. And I guess that's the core problem. Like that's like completely secondary is being understanding of this this disability. Like that has nothing to, or even understanding of the perspective of people that are black. That has absolutely nothing to do with anything. And I don't encourage anybody to even treat the conversation as if they're entering in it honestly, like they absolutely care about the feelings of people because they're so uber offended. No, this is about them. And let's not pretend it otherwise. You wanted a virtue signal, you had your virtue signal opportunity, and you took it. And you're arrogant. You're arrogant in the sense that I think anybody that thinks like, oh, I speak on behalf of just a whole race of people, like, oh, this word being used on a global stage, it's just so traumatic. And it's like some of us got, I believe it or not, we don't get that bent out of shape. We wouldn't let it, like, I got better stuff to do with my life. I have a lot going for me to be controlled by someone saying a no word, to describe people. Like it's so stupid, but this is the world we live in.
It is literally all coming from one side. Far leftists.
Yeah.
It's not coming from anyone else. Anyone with half a brain, you don't even need half a brain. You don't even need a room temperature IQ. Understands what Tourette's is, understands what outbursts is, understand that they're involuntary, understands that they don't, in any capacity mean what they say. This is the whole point of the film, to kind of go through a lot of this and to sort of go through the stigmas of this. Alan Cummings came out on stage.
How do you feel about this? Ozzy says that we're going to regret this. We're going to regret
this situation. Is something I believe you shouldn't have stayed silent on. This one.
He said we should have. We saying we should have
stayed silent.
We should have stayed
not at all.
Stay silent because this is not. I guess what we're saying isn't going to age well.
No. You feel free to censor yourself, and we'll feel free to exercise. Well, you can exercise your right of free speech in the UK.
Oh yeah, you got folks knocking on your door. We'll talk about that.
But yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I do have a disclaimer that says on my channel. It says contains opinions, right? And no, I don't think it'll age badly at all. When you're dealing with a person with Tourette's, with outbursts, involuntary outbursts, they don't know what they're going to say. It just comes out. We discussed yesterday on the Real BBC, the Twitch streamer, Sweet Anita.
Yep, saw that.
He has said a lot of things, just outbursts. She's had a lot of like sexual outbursts from time to time. Is that her consenting to people doing to her what she's blurting out? You want to go down that route now?
Right.
Yeah. Right. No, you understand that these are involuntary outbursts. Alan Cummings came up on stage afterwards and clearly said, there are some there's been some outbursts, apologies for that if you felt offended, or I don't even know if he said sorry, but if you felt offended by it or whatever, please be aware that it is involuntary and the person does not mean what it said. And I thought he diffused it very well indeed. And he said it in a very kind of relaxing manner. The disability to understand, but you're trying to belittle the word. No, we're not. You haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe you've got a disability of comprehension.
Hold on. But no,
because this guy thinks we're trying to belittle a word that the guy didn't know he was gonna blurt out.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm running around throwing the N-word around willy fucking nilly, if I'm going into rooms and saying, "Oi, you black guys, you're the N-word," that's a completely different kettle of fish.
That's
so
fair.
No, I think I tell you what, email me your address, right? I'm going to send you some beautiful pearls, and then you can start clutching them, and we can continue to have an adult conversation. But I think you need to probably move back into primary school.
But before you continue on, I have to say this has been my position on this and racism really in general. Like, I'm not a child. I have one, but I'm not a child. Okay. I don't need my feelings coddled that way. And you talk about belittling the word. My position on it is that I'm gonna be polite here. It's a word. Okay. And while I do understand that it has derogatory connotation, as many other words do, I will never, and I say this as a guy, newsflash, I have rather darker skin.
What?
I know, right? I know. Newsflash. Talk about clutching pearls. I know.
I'm not doing this.
I would
anymore.
never allow such a word, and if to like control me that way, that it causes me to have some sort of emotional outburst, regardless of who's saying it or anything like that. I think any word, anything like that,
you are being maliciously and vindictively attacked with that word. And that is not this conversation in the slightest.
Right. That's also true. It's
this guy could have been saying all kind. He could have been saying the C word, could have been going the F word, could have been all whatever it is. So it's not the belittling the word. It's just shut up. You have no clue what you're saying. No clue.
That's also
you sounded like Grace on a bad day, you know, and we're seeing some of the worst days imaginable for on social media right now. It's got nothing to do with
and someone brought up a good point talking about the leftist ICE agent using the N-word. And I was like, yeah, when it comes to, and this has been my experience, when it comes to people leveling, like not just that word, but basically trying to suggest that I'm somehow a lesser than black person, and using like any sort of, in any context, whether it be the N-word or anything, it's come from progressives. It's not Klansmen. It's not any of. It's not in my experience. I can't speak for everybody. I can tell you that quickly. You know what I mean? You want to see someone go full Klansman, be a black non-leftist, and you'll
during
see him come out.
Mr. Floyd, the Mr. Floyd event.
Yeah.
If you were a black non-leftist, then I mean, you could be protecting your business and got your friend's business and been killed. By the way, R.I.P. Mr. Douglas. Or you could have been like an Eric or somebody else that was speaking out about it. And how many times did we hear Eric and other people have been called
all the names,
Mr. Tom,
names I didn't even know were a thing. I was like, where'd that come from?
An animal that David Crockett liked to wear as a hat.
Yes,
you know, and these are coming from white fucking liberals.
That's true.
That was speaking out. So you want to see racism full effect, just get a liberal to come round for tea.
Yeah.
And then try to have a conversation about race.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a crazy time seeing these white fucking liberals just slurs. And we're not just talking about Joe Public.
Yeah.
You know, in Twitter, we were talking about politicians.
Yeah.
Who are Uncle Tomming left, right, and center, and you know, raccooning left, right, and center.
They were,
and it was absolutely unfucking believable to see, unbelievable to see. And then you take it to another example. You had a man you might have heard his name. It's called Charlie Kirk. He used to engage people with the weapon of conversation.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ooh, giving people a microphone, being respectful, hearing them out, responding, giving the right of reply, and they killed him.
Yeah.
And then they took to social media to laugh and mock and cheer. You're not the fucking good guys. You're the filth and you're the scum of the earth. And this is another example of intolerance manifest in Stunning and Brave. It was a virtue signal gone absolutely tits up.
Yeah.
They played themselves and then they couldn't handle the responsibility of what they got.
So they blamed Gary. And
so Gary got so Gary most affected.
Yeah, so somehow Gary is most affected because I felt like that was, you want to talk about a reflex. Like that was, we talked about this a little last night, where it's almost like it seemed like it was a misdirection, right? Like it was, hey, all right, I maybe had a very bad take initially, but hey, look at this guy over here and what he's
you need a villain, don't you?
Yeah.
She was getting absolutely hammered. So she had to try and create a villain. Gary for some reason.
Yeah, because reasons, basically.
You know, because that maybe there's a sense of humor with stuff that we talk about. You know, maybe we're not offended by words. Maybe we're not offended by slurs. You know, maybe we treat each other like people that we can use them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So when the Starfield thing happened, had a lot of people support me, had a lot of people not supporting me. You know, there was a huge wave coming in from both sides. I had some the amount of people behind the scenes that just contact me going, fucking, you know, keep going, keep blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And let's just go back to Jeremy Prime. Jeremy sent me this text message, one of the nicest things you could fucking read, right? It was really supportive, gave some really good advice. And I just read this. And I was like, how do I respond? You know? So I just sent back a slur. So I just sent it back a slur. And Jeremy laughed his ass off.
Yeah.
So you know, so there's something about having a sense of humor about stuff.
Yeah.
And
it's important.
It could have easily been dealt with differently. Now, I know the guys on stage might have been taken slightly unawares. Probably not the word that they're expecting to hear at the BAFTA
Rather
Awards.
on stage, fair enough.
But if people were aware of this guy being there and the reason why he was there and whatnot, these are actors, these are performers, these are artists who are meant to be able to improvise and stuff like that at a moment's notice. So I think a lot of it would have been diffused very quickly if Michael B. Jordan, and I'm not trying to blame Michael B. Jordan by any stretch of the imagination, I'm just saying could have got diffused very quickly if a joke was just made out of it. If it was sort of, you took the power away from all of that word and just made it understand that this was an outburst. You know, it could have just gone anything like, well, I've heard worse. You know, when I've been up on stage.
Neutralize it. That's what, and I see Jordan's in the chat talking about that as well, because the gentleman who was talking about us, I guess, belittling the word and saying like we are belittling. I'm like, maybe wait a minute. On second thought, maybe that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Maybe we should belittle.
It is a good thing, because the more power you give a word, then the more effect that it has. Exactly. So the more that you mock it, belittle it, diffuse it, neutralize it, it means nothing. Mm-hmm. That's why the ER has been changed to an A in the black community, and it's now a term of endearment as opposed to that's what you do. You neutralize it. You take it. You neutralize. It's like the word woke. Woke once upon a time used to be a very positive word.
Yeah.
It used to mean that you were awake. You knew what the fuck was going on. You could see the fucking code in the Matrix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now it's used as a mocking term because a bunch of low IQ fucking room temperature morons decided, I'm fucking woke, and then put out the worst takes imaginable. And they did it to such a degree that now the word woke means the antithesis of what it used to mean.
That's crazy.
And now, of course, the word what used to be woke is now based. Yeah. Based, of course, means based in reality.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I'm of the position that maybe it does need to be belittled, because it shouldn't hold that much power over it. And I certainly I can't speak for you. I do not need any white woman.
That's why I'm black as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. But I don't need any white woman not going.
But that's just it. That's it, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. That's the one. It's the fucking white women most affected.
Yeah, every time, every single time. So it's watching this whole thing play out has been, again, most interesting to me is the social element, because I don't know. I can't keep up. None of us can keep up with who ranks higher on the totem pole, if you will, or who do you go to bat for? Is it the person with the disability? Is it the person with the or is it race? Like what do you rank higher than the other? And I think they're probably even scrambling, trying to figure that out. Like, whose side do we actually take on this, instead of just taking a sensible position, which is, okay, guy has a disability, and that's the disability in action. And instead of making this big hoopla, definitely considering that the whole point is to bring awareness to what this is, we can move forward. But they didn't use that opportunity to do that. Instead, we're sitting here. I've seen a lot of bad takes about this, and it's like seeing folks. I've been seeing people advocate violence, like saying, "Well, if this happened to them,
Yeah.
I would do this, and I would if I don't care about your
You do
basic
fucking
disability."
nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
That bitch would
you're
do
on a
fucking
socket.
nothing. That bitch would soil their fucking little
Yeah.
man diapers that they'd
That's
be
also
wearing.
fair. That's also fair. They wouldn't do
They're fucking
anything.
tenor ladies that they'd be.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, imagine that. Like, again, you talk about the word. It's like it has that much power over you, or you think that even in disability, someone saying it, you think it justifies doing what? Inflicting violence on them. And then we have to remember, well, to your point, as people justify what happened to to Charlie, you know what I mean? And that was just a conversation. That was a guy, a conversationalist, right?
Because
So
words scare them.
yeah,
Words scare the fucking left.
I also think that's a big reason why they attempt to, and why we shouldn't take it lightly, how quickly they are to try to dehumanize really anybody that that thinks differently, because to them it feels like they can justify whatever they're going to do to you, and also justify it's not even just that.
If they demonize you and dehumanize you, then they can do whatever they want to you. That's I mean, that is we're not even talking 1930s fucking Germany type of thing here.
Right.
We're going throughout the course of fucking history here.
Yeah.
You know, we're going through nations and genocide upon genocides upon genocides here. You demonetize. This is the channel. You dehumanize a group of people based on whatever it may be: color, ethnicity, religion, except geography, etc., etc. You dehumanize them. You make them non-human. You do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and it's a justification to do whatever you want. And that's why when Charlie Kirk was killed, all you heard from the left was just this vile narrative, which doesn't equate, which clearly shows they have no idea what Charlie said. They have no idea. They have no idea about the context in which certain things were said. They have no idea. They probably never even heard him speak once.
Yeah,
it was just the NPC download that they were given. That
we're supposed to hate this guy.
Because if they spoke to him with reverence, if they spoke about him with reverence, then he would be human.
Yeah.
And then they would have to understand the consequences. What happened was a human man was murdered because he wanted discourse. He wanted peaceful discourse.
Right.
Wasn't a violent man, didn't advocate for violence in the slightest. He wanted peaceful discourse.
And that's the problem though, man. It's justification both ways. They want to use that, like I guess the rhetoric, to not only justify what they are going to, like, what happens to you, but also justify any sort of negative, irrational, I'd argue, reactions that they have as well. And then you can see people and how much power this word holds, other than when I'm seeing people talk about, well, what they would do and the type of things that they should be able to do, and essentially inflicting violence upon people simply because they heard a word that they didn't like, or something like that, which is just, again, it's justification both ways. It's justifying for whatever bad things happen to you and whatever bad things they're going to do to you. That's the whole point of why they talk the way that they talk. And I know we talked about it earlier, and how this really does come from the other side, because it's not like, you or I going around. We could talk about what they're terrible ideas, but never once are we going around, advocating that they be some bad happen to them like that. But they are very, very, very quick to do that, and they feel justified in whatever they do. And I think that part of it is just extremely excuse me, dangerous in general, to see them, like, again, speak about things the way that they happen, especially coming fresh off of what happened with Charlie, when he was one of the as we talked about on the show, when it happened, like, he's one of the ones that had absolutely no issues just talking with cats on the other side, and even then, someone that mild.
But that's just the point. You got somebody as mild as Charlie Kirk, who his narrative has been whipped up into such a frenzy, and this is what I'm seeing here: is people are whipping themselves up into a fucking
good point,
bloodless frenzy.
Yeah,
that they are saying things about this guy. The guy has. It's not like he was a paraplegic in a wheelchair that just decided to scream the N-word.
Yeah,
in the fucking BAFTAs. You know, it's like somebody had a very good analogy yesterday. It was just like somebody telling Michael J. Fox to stop fucking shaking.
Right.
You know, hey, Michael,
and telling him apologize for it.
Yeah, and apologize because you're making me feel uncomfortable with your totally involuntary Parkinson's. Those type of affects people in different ways. Shakes is one of them. He cannot help that in any capacity. He hasn't very. So it's the same here. It's complete and utterly involuntary.
Yeah.
So you're asking for an involuntary action and then to apologize it, but now it's not even perceived as good enough for an apology. It's like he has to individually apologize to all the fucking weirdos out there who have gone rabid. I mean, they've literally started, they're foaming at the mouth now for this.
Yeah.
And this is we saw this with Charlie. They whipped themselves up into a frenzy. We've seen it throughout the course of the year. A bunch of fucking weirdos going out with guns in schools. Again, we're seeing a complete spike in a certain demographic that's doing it as well. And it just looks like any excuse for them to get fucking the bloodlust.
Man.
Any excuse. And so when you're talking now about this guy, the vitriol, if a word, and again, particularly then if the N-word, if this word, and by the way, Eric, I don't for one fucking minute believe it does. Yeah. I just think it's an excuse.
Of course.
But if this word has so much power over you, then maybe you need to look at yourself.
I agree. 100%. I think that's the point where you take a step back and put things into context. Like you are getting that whipped up in a frenzy to where it has something that, you're willing to do something irrational that can put yourself in jeopardy, thus your family in jeopardy if you are like a leader of a household. But doing something to other people because you not for any other reason other than you heard the word. Like, because in this context, as we have reiterated time and time again, this isn't a case of someone that just randomly blurted it out that didn't have a said disability that specifically, I don't know, makes them blurt, like has these involuntary outbursts like that. That's not what we're discussing at all. You're just talking about the word itself in any given context, no matter what. Yeah. Any given context, no matter what, which is kind of trippy to see that because, I look at what some of the reports are saying about Jamie Foxx. I'm like, dog, you acted in freaking Django.
Yeah. How 111 times was it?
I don't know how many times they said. I don't think anybody got beat up over that. I don't think anybody. I was saying it voluntarily, full cognitive functions. Saying it voluntary.
One of Grace Randall's favorite films.
Okay, so that context is make believe, right? Completely fake world. That's all good. That's all good. But you have a real world, actual situation. And the context is said as such, and now here we are. And now it requires this sort of reaction. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? None of this even makes any sort of sense. But I think that's one of the things that I discussed last night about this subject is that when you're dealing with these types, they're such a difficult group and bunch to like address because it's almost impossible to have any sort of honest rational like dialogue with them on really any given subject, but especially one that gets them so whipped up in a frenzy like this one, because they're operating on the fact that, well, their emotions alone justifies just about anything that they want to do. And that's difficult to combat, man, because, where we, all jokes aside, will come to the situation or to the table from a more reasonable standpoint, even in disagreement. How in the world do you combat someone that's saying none of that matters? Who gives a crap about reason? My emotions matter more than anything, and you must cater to that. That is such a difficult.
Well, look, they understand the vast majority of the people who are behaving this way, they understand the actual context. The whole point is to misappropriate it.
Yeah.
And therefore you can't have a genuine discussion with them because they will always misappropriate. For example, let me use an example here. Somebody said to me, "Oh, you're defending this disabled guy, but you'll use the word retard." And I'm like, yes, because the word retarded means mentally deficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are looking at a retarded person and saying that I'm attacking a retarded person. I'm not attacking a retarded person unless that person wants to identify as fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But I am saying that you are mentally deficient, aka your intelligence should be here, but somehow you're operating down here.
Yeah.
That is what fucking retarded means. It's
Yeah.
not a specific attack on retarded people who are born, by definition with lower IQ and an incapacity to do certain mental things. No. So they don't understand the difference between the two. And that's why they'll always have a disingenuous argument with you when they know exactly really where it's coming from.
It's like the meme. You see people share this old post of the Twitter guy where it's like, it's all when he talks about like, it's funny how basically leftist discourse is them pretending to not understand what you're saying.
Understand, yeah.
What you're saying. And it's totally true because again, and that's
pretending to not understand and therefore making discourse impossible.
Possible, right? Because look, this is how a lot of these types operate. And I say this is someone that has operated in many different fields where a lot of people that are on the quote unquote far left are really, let's say, prominent. They have a big time presence in some of the fields that I've been floating in, namely like music. But the unfortunate part of it is this: you're going to be whatever they need you to be. And from that, though, I'm not saying this is exclusively done by people that are on the left, because, you can make the argument that others do it as well, where they have this idea. It can be completely and totally fabricated. None of that matters, of who you need to be. And it just happens to be the case that who they need you to be happens to be the person that they need you to be in order for their arguments to work. So what's happening is they are forming either a position or, a figment of their imagination in terms of a person, and they're working backwards, right? So it's like, okay, like in Grace's case, people say negative things. I need to pin this on Gary in some capacity. Okay. Is there any proof that this person is like some big time follower that listens to, gets all their, words and phrases and positioning from Gary? Probably not. Doesn't matter. That's who he had to be. So from that, she's working backwards, and that's why why they end up like reaching the way that they do from something that is not there, because it doesn't need to necessarily be there in order for them to be able to put forth their like position or opinion in here. And that's why I talk about so extensively that how difficult they are to combat, because you're going to be whoever they want you to be. And this is why I'm always advising you, especially in online discourse. I think largely if you get in the weeds of like trying to argue with these people, if your intent is to try to change their mind, I would recommend you don't do that.
Don't.
I think you're wasting your time. I don't care how reasonable you are. I don't care how good your arguments can be. You can be as masterful in how you kind of explain yourself and your positions and debating. None of that matters, because you're not entering into a rational conversation with a rational, reasonable person that would even rather concede a point that you make. So you can be presented. I always go back to, I can't remember if I've talked about this on the show before, but I know I've talked about it on my stream. Back when I used to be like in the weeds of like monetize your haters days, and there was some chick who claimed that I was a transphobe, right? And I just moved on from her. I didn't even address it. Right,
I thought you were going to say, and I went, so?
Well, okay, shrug. And I guess effectively that might have been the thing to do at the time. But the thing that I did, I was like, I didn't even address it. We were talking about, I can't even remember the actual thing that we were supposedly having a discussion about. I didn't even bother to care to address it, like, because that wasn't the argument that we were having.
You get into whataboutisms.
Yeah, what about, and that's what they'll
just start tying you up with whataboutisms all over the place. Yeah,
that's what they want you on the defense anyway. That's exactly what they want. So even if the argument could be about, I don't know, peppermints or some shit, and then they're going about, but you're a trans, and if you enter in that conversation, you're just playing in their little sandbox there. Yes. I don't recommend you do that. Don't even acknowledge it at all. But if you go into these conversations trying to be a reasonable person with an unreasonable person, guys,
you get shot in the neck and killed.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate. That's the ultimate thing that you're going to get. I just don't recommend that you engage in that at all, because there's going to be a colossal waste of your time. These are not reasonable people. They don't care to reason. You're going to be whoever they need you to be. I mean, we sat and watched. Remember back in when Has and all the folks that went after him, you know, and there will be folks, and I remember one time in particular, right, where like, you know, the timeline that people get wrong, right, when people talk about like the rant, if you will,
and
how it happened. The context doesn't matter at all.
Exactly, and they've said that a lot of some, like when people gone, he melted down at the pronouns menu, and then people have gone, it was 7.5 hours into the stream, and then they'll reply with, I don't care. And
how do you have an argument with a person like that?
Exactly. There you go. You're just like, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like you that person right there is telling you that it does, like, you cannot reason them out of that position. They have acknowledged that what they initially said, or whatever timeline they tried to project out there into the ether, is fake.
Yes.
It's not a real thing. It didn't happen. It never happened, but they need it to happen. And therefore they're going to operate in the conversation as if it happened.
And a year later, Hassan, terrorist loving, fake Muslim, animal abusing Hassan Piker, terrorist loving Hassan Piker, a year afterwards did a tweet going, remember a year ago when all the internet like laughed at this guy, and now he's been fired from Blizzard Entertainment for stealing breast milk from the fridge? I'm like, what
are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? And then Mark Kern was just like, you're catching strays from me.
Yeah, he mixed the two. He doesn't know the difference.
People used to accuse Mark Kern of being sacked from Blizzard for stealing breast milk from the fridge, which isn't true. And somehow Hassan Piker decided to take Mark Kern and me and make it into one fucking and then tweet out to all his followers. Yeah, all his followers without any context, without any fucking knowledge. Do you think Hassan apologized? Do you think he correct? Now, of course he fucking didn't.
They're never going to correct the record.
Doesn't care. Don't give a shit. It's whatever it is, whatever you need to be, whether you need to be content, whether you need to just be the bad guy, whatever you need to be. That's who you are. That's the virtue signal.
Yep. And you can't do nothing about it. So that's why I'm saying, guys, don't waste I wouldn't recommend anybody waste their time with stuff like, and I mean that sincerely as a guy that used to, back when I was in my content days before like the Rippaverse, like I would try to engage with people, honestly, that would say just absolutely foul things about myself and my positions. It's been interesting to see some of this stuff play out. I'm not trying to bring up old stuff, but I you know, if you see what happened, what is it? The guy from Comics Explained and the Blurred guy.
Yeah, but he's having to, in all fairness, and this is where I have zero sympathy.
Fair enough.
He's having to justify to his own audience. That is the audience that you've cultivated.
That's also fair.
That is the audience you've cultivated. That is the audience that you've catered to and pandered to. And our audience wouldn't even fucking do that.
No.
If it came out that I'm following Hassan Piker, nobody would give a fuck.
Right.
If I'm following, I don't know, Joe Biden, nobody's going to be like, I demand to know why
that's fair.
You're following, nobody would give a flying fuck.
Right.
But somehow Comics Explained has got to justify following Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic on social media because his rabid audience. That's your audience, mate. Enjoy it. You made them. You wanted them. You pandered to them. They're all yours.
That's also fair, man. That's all. That if anything, that's a lesson, right? That's the like. Look, get out there, be yourself, and I think you'll be fine. One of the things that I've always tried to stress, I never went to like chasing views or anything. I was always like, look, I'm gonna talk about what I'm talking about. My YouTube has always been like a representation of where I'm at in life at that given time, right? And so I've cultivated this audience of people that are gonna rock with me. Maybe they don't like what I'm talking about at the time, but it's not like one of those things where there's this expectation levied at me that I can't follow someone or some shit like that. That's crazy. But when you get so entrenched in those wars, man, like stuff like that. It happens. And now, like, I couldn't imagine being in that situation where like the people that you follow is enough for folks to say, how dare you, how absolute dare you. But that's the problem with the is that not like the issue with kind of where Western entertainment in general is at? I have a video, like a little video essay that I'm doing where I specifically talk about this in relation to Japan and how, man, I understand why some would envy them, because they get to take advantage of America's consumer base, which is the biggest consumer like market in the world, but they don't have to like navigate those social
deal with
landmines.
Americans.
Yeah, basically, no, seriously, basically, they get to take advantage of the money, right? Without dealing with they don't have to deal. You just get the product and that's it. They don't have to navigate any of this dumb
Don't
stuff.
try and come over. Don't try and settle. It ain't happening.
Yeah, like, they don't have to do any of that because it's not like that's not their culture. And we've talked about it many times on this channel. Like that had the East. They don't have to worry about any of that. Like a lot of the problems and stuff that we discussed is specifically a Western thing. And this is one of those that right there is one of the examples. I saw that play out and I was like, man, that is unfortunate, man. But it's Western entertainment right now. That's like people are gonna come for you because they're so emotional about stuff like that. And again, I'm not trying to bring up old stuff, right? So I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But yes, the guy that is going after him, leading the charge, I actually had a debate with. This isn't exactly a guy that is how do I say this in the most respectful way possible?
Is coming at it from a genuine position.
Yes, that's part of it, but a lot of it it's a preconceived notion. And remember where when we talked about earlier about how you're going to be whoever they need you to be.
Yeah.
If you watch that, that's what I want you to learn from it. Less about the actual debates and all that other stuff. Like, no, learn from that. Like, okay, there was, and we broke it down. That was the whole point of that kind of the discussion where it's like, this person didn't really know me at all. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know who my positions were. They didn't even care to understand that at all. It was more that they just wanted to, kind of, it was a guy that they needed me to be, right? Maybe I had a position or I did a video that had a thumbnail that they didn't like with Miles Morales in it. And like that in itself is like, he's a bigot. He's catering to white supremacists, some other stuff. That was all that they needed. And you see it in action of like me breaking it down. Like, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. And man, if you are cultivating an audience members like that, like I don't envy you, bros. But
look,
that's tough.
Every day of the week, I get called Nazi, racist, homophobic, blah 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 blah. You know, it's all that, and it's all just water off a duck's back because it's meaningless to me.
Yeah,
these are meaningless words. If I'm a racist, why am I? Why do I have so many non-white friends? Yeah. If I'm homophobic, then why do I have gay friends? You just
like Jeremy.
Logic dictates. Like Jeremy's, big one there, raving. One would say. Dan Vask's another.
It's another one. Yeah, we're very progressive over here.
So you hear words like this, and there's no point in even taking offense because it's a meaningless word to you.
Yeah.
And I have friendships with these people. I don't have friendships or anything to do with the people who are calling me the names.
Fair enough.
So you don't have any power here. Your words are actually meaningless. The only people that have any power You know, so you're shit, you're wank, you're terrible as. Oh well, whatever. But if I had a friend, somebody I respected, come to me and say, "Do you know what? I saw you doing this and this, and I wanted just to bring it to your attention because I don't think this is," then I would listen to them,
right?
Because I actually respect that person. I would hear what they have to say and either challenge it or talk about it with them or go, or accept it, whichever position I'm going to take on that. And that's what you're going to understand. You can take to social media and scream and shout and berate and all that, but they've got no power ultimately over you. And I know this guy, the guy with Tourette's, he's probably really going through the shit right now because he probably thought he was in a place of acceptance, and then he got the rug pulled out from him and realized, no, I'm in a place of intolerance that's disguised as acceptance. So he's really going through shit right now, and I hope he understands that those people don't have power. They really don't have any power over you. The people that have power over you, or not power over you, but that have some actual connection to you, the people that you have in your life, that you respect, your friends, that your peers, that you have in your circle.
Yeah.
And so no point, in my eyes, engaging in any discourse, because the discourse is always going to be disingenuous. And the vast majority,
going to start from disingenuous. Like that's point one.
Yeah, it's not even going to. It's not getting any better.
Yeah. That's where
it's not. If it's going to start from disingenuous, and by the end they're going to go, "By Jove, do you know what? I think I understand what you mean now."
Nah,
and you're like, "But yeah, I think I understand." It's never going there. But you've got your Grace Randall's vile fucking cunt, absolute vile piece of fucking shit, libtard fucking ignorant beyond fucking any capacity to defend, that want to go out there and they want to make it about them. Clicks, social media, pats on the back. Then, I want to be, and it's this is the bigotry of low expectation. I want to be your hero, Eric. I want to be your hero. I want you to, because you're too fucking weak to defend your position. I want to be that hero for you, so you can look up to me and go, "Thank you, white Karen. Thank you for speaking on my behalf when I got no authority or power." It's a sickness. It really is a fucking sickness.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's not anything that I recommend any of you guys engage in, like, because you're gonna waste your time. No amount of reason will get them out of that position. They didn't get there by using it. So it's like you're kind of just entering into, what's the old saying of, like, kind of entering in, like, you whatever, like wrestling with a pig, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you wrestle with it. Well, never argue with a retard. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience.
Yeah, that's all the phrases, right? Is essentially what you're doing, and I wouldn't recommend that any of you guys do that.
No, just laugh.
That's why I laugh at it off, because they're gonna call you whatever they're gonna call you, and just move on. There's no bit of evidence is going to sway them otherwise. Because I mean, I've been in that position. I mean, you go look at when I used to do monetize your haters, there'd be situations where I would break it down. We all know they're factually incorrect, and did they come out on the other side of that?
They don't care.
Thinking differently.
They don't care. No. So you shouldn't care. I don't care. We don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, don't waste your time. It's a colossal waste of your time. I wouldn't recommend that. So but before we talk about, because I just want the skinny on what the hell happened with Star Trek, but I want by the way,
a lot of gay shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit, but I do want to give you an opportunity for Rip the Silverback, since we're back. You did a nice little video the other day. Folks knocking on your door.
Oh yeah, TV licensing. Yeah.
What's happening? What's the skinny on that?
Okay. Now I the last time I did a video like that was 4 years ago, believe it or not. And it was quite cool to do it again, because a lot of people in the UK, they don't actually, and it's now it's ignorance, but not in a I'm not using ignorance in a brutal
It's like
way.
literally lack of knowledge. Yes.
It's literal lack of knowledge. Yes. Literal lack of knowledge on how the TV license works and whether or not you need one. And it goes a little bit above and beyond that, because even if you don't need one, then the BBC want you to contact them so that you can go on a list for 2 years to say does not need. And they go, do you mind if we contact you again in a couple of years to see if you need one? But when you go through that process, they try and talk you into a TV license.
Of course.
So again, if you are a little bit naive, then you can be exploited in this area here. So I don't need a TV license because I don't watch live terrestrial television. I don't watch any satellite stations where live terrestrial television takes place. And I don't watch satellite television, which is also classed as live terrestrial television now. So it's the BBC, BBC Two, Channel 4, ITV, Channel ITV2, Channel 4, Channel 5, etc. And then you've got your things like your Virgin Media packages, your Sky TV packages and whatnot. All of those would be banned under having to have a TV license because they all house live television, live terrestrial television. And again, it's not like you can pause it for 5 minutes and then go, well, I'm not watching it live. No, you are watching it at the there and thereabout time. So you can't do that. So I don't do that. I don't watch the BBC. I don't watch ITV. I don't watch any of these other channels. I don't need a TV license. The way that I get my media, YouTube for the most part, I'm watching YouTube channels that are run by individuals, and therefore they are not licensed broadcasters like the BBC is, like ITV, etc. So there's no need to have any TV license when it comes to YouTube. Now, recently I've been getting letters at the door because my 2 years has expired since the last time I said I don't need a TV license. And now I'm getting the letters. You could be wrongly licensed. You need to contact, and I've had probably half a dozen by now. And they escalate in their language.
They put like red letters on it,
and then it get big red letters, and it comes in a big red envelope, and it's like, yeah. And now I've got to the point where they're going to send enforcers to the house. Now I already had one the other day. They just walked. I was here at the computer. My door was wide open, and somebody came down the pathway, posted something in my letterbox. I didn't know what it was at the time, and then just walked off. And then when I went downstairs and picked it up later on, it had, I was from the TV. I'm from the TV fucking license, people. You need to contact us. So I had another letter after that saying, we're going to give you now 10 days to get in touch with us. Well, then what? Then what are you going to do? You're going to do fuck all. That's what you're going to do. Or otherwise, we're going to send a person to your house. Right? I don't fucking care. So now that 10 days over, got another letter the other day. The 10 days has expired. You've now been escalated to the enforcement team. The enforcement team are going to come round to your house. Are they? And what are they going to do when I open the door? They're going to go, do you need a TV license? And I'm going to go, no, fuck off. I see in the window you've got a TV. Yeah, and that's plugged into my PlayStation 5 for PlayStation 5 games, and it's plugged into YouTube for my YouTube. Do you watch any live TV on YouTube? No. I don't have to answer any more questions. Fuck off my property. And these will continue and continue and continue and continue. So I did a video a little bit on that, and also in January, YouTube and the BBC have struck a deal. And because nobody's watching BBC iPlayer anymore, more people in the UK are watching YouTube than the iPlayer, BBC iPlayer. They've struck a deal to create content, live content, specifically on YouTube. So, and this will be the start of a bigger thing. So they're going to start off with like kids stuff, and then it'll escalate and escalate. So now, because they're doing that, the BBC are trying to get it past that if you are in the UK and you use YouTube, you have to have a TV license.
Oh, it's a finesse. Okay.
Because they have, but it's going to be so difficult to get through, almost impossible. Not absolutely, but almost impossible to get through, because it is so easy for somebody to say, well, I don't watch you on YouTube. I don't watch broadcast television on YouTube. I watch, Eric July. I watch Nerdrotic. I watch Geeks and Gamers. I don't watch anyone that is a licensed broadcaster like the BBC, etc., etc. So they wouldn't be able to do anything. Now, due to data protection, it's not as if they can ask for my history, because YouTube can't hand over my YouTube history of what I've watched. Also, I can delete my YouTube history.
Yeah.
And it's just the same if you're potentially watching things in other places using Microsoft or other companies. You can ask Microsoft to delete your histories.
Yeah.
And they would have to do that. And again, due to data protection, unless you think that the BBC is going to subpoena YouTube to see my history, my watch history. I don't think that's going to fucking happen. And if they do, they're going to be sorely disappointed, because it's not going to have anything to do with them on there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a waste of money. And this money, of course, is from the license, from the British, stolen from the British public. And so I do a video like that once in a while, literally once in a blue moon. I just want to shine light that if you are not watching terrestrial television, if you're not watching, your Sky TVs, your satellite television that would be classed or put under the same banner, if you just get your stuff from Netflix, YouTube, certain Amazon Prime, because the BBC would try and say, well, we get certain stuff on Amazon. No. Then you don't have to pay a TV license at all. And that's like 200 quid a year now. Just over 200 quid a year.
Just for the license.
So it's, going at over 20, like 20 odd quid a month. So, and since 2020 to now, to the end of 2025, it's speculated at least 1.5 million have stopped paying the license. Up to 2.4 million people have stopped paying their TV license. And now they're down to something like 21 million households in the UK are paying the TV license. So that drop that they've had works out to be around about 55 million pounds, which is, let's say, $70 million. And with the BBC destroying all their IP to sell, Doctor Who, nobody's buying that shite. They've killed Doctor Who. Top Gear's over now. It's done. It's not coming back. It's never going to come back. That was their biggest export worldwide. That's not getting sold anywhere. The only thing that's getting sold is the Clarkson, Hammond, May era of Top Gear. That's it. That's the only thing that they can really sell. So they're not getting the monies where they hope. Disney, of course, gave them £100 million to make 2 seasons of Doctor Who and a special. Disney have now cancelled that contract. That's it. Because they couldn't even pop a rating on Disney Plus. Because it went onto Disney Plus before it even went onto the BBC here.
Right.
So the BBC are clamoring for money. So $70 million loss, £55 million down in just that short time. That's, it's adding up. It's going to start, it's starting to add up. And so they've done horrible things like they've made old age pensioners, OAPs, whatever you want to call them, senior citizens nowadays, whatever. They no longer get a free TV license. They have to pay the TV license again. And yes, they are sending people round to old people to make sure that they're paying their TV license.
That's unfortunate.
It's fucking disgusting.
That is
so
unfortunate.
if you do get a member of the enforcement team knock on your door, you can just tell them to get off your property. They have no right. Unless they have a search warrant That's the only way. They have no right to get anywhere near to your property. So unless they have a search warrant, you can just tell them to get off your property. You're not invited onto your property. You can even write to the BBC. There is a form that you can get that says you are not allowed on my property. I do not give you or any of your agents or any of the, permission to come onto my property. And the BBC have to begrudgingly accept that.
Like I said, I mean, I know it's hard for me to conceptualize that that's even a thing out here, but I'm always constantly reminded that it is one out there. And yeah, I mean, just the nature of how people consume media has fundamentally changed. So I'd imagine that they're going to get more and more desperate because that
self-funding
subscriber base is just going to keep going down and down.
It is. The TV license base is going to continue to fall. It's going to continue to drop. The BBC are going to try. What they've tried to do is they tried to have the TV license attached to tax, so it would be mingled in with your tax, and I think that was shot down. But they're trying anything they can to get funded, and the BBC need to be defunded. If the BBC want to, I got no problem with anyone wanting to make the content that they want to make, but you go fund it then.
Yeah. Get it voluntarily. Don't steal from people.
You get it funded. You go make it yourself. Let's see if you can get, and then let's see what audience that actually brings in.
Yeah,
because when you've got Doctor Who down to 1.5 million viewers in the UK, in the position that it's in on a Saturday night, it's laughable, and that's meant to be coming back for a Christmas special this year. It's not even cast. I don't know if it's even been written. They haven't started it.
How the hell is that going to happen?
Well, they're gonna have to turn it around pretty quick. Tick
crunch.
Tock, time to fuck.
Straight crunch. Straight crunch.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, look, man. Hopefully I'm a market guy, so obviously all things I want to be funded voluntarily. So if they can convince, people. I mean, look, according to the internet, there's lots of people that are interested in the direction that Doctor Who is. They retweeted it and they have stan accounts.
Is that?
Yeah, of course. They have stan accounts.
Because they didn't watch the show. They didn't watch it on the BBC and they didn't watch it on Disney Plus. So I'm very confused. I know there's like gazillions on social media that seem to appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This fucking unerring army of bots. I mean, people who love this stuff, but when it comes down to the actual, it's like 1348 ex photo. When all that stuff was going on with Knight's Path, because they said no, we're not going to have any gay couples in our game. We're not into that sort of thing. And the outrage. And then because people just like, well done for sticking to your guns and having your own vision. They got like 100,000 wish list.
That. Like wish
and then
list, yeah.
Very soon afterwards, ex voto 1348 with its lesbian fucking trans whatever fucking girl night. Like we've got 100,000. We're inclusive and diverse, and Jennifer English is going to talk about how it's so important for LGBTQIA plus spirited stories to be told, and all this kind of stuff. And then the demo comes out, 160 people max. And that's not a lot of people. You got 100,000 people that have wish listed it, and 160 odd turn up for the demo. Yeah. So yeah, you just there's a lot of. I was nearly going to do a video on this earlier today, but I decided to do what the other video that did because I thought it's much more fun. But I was going to do a video on the fact that until companies decide that they want to start making content for the 97% instead of prioritizing the 3% and turning off the vast majority of the 97%, you're going nowhere. You're going absolutely fucking nowhere. And if it isn't in the West, then it's going to be done in the East. And that's where people's attention will invariably go. Because these games are looking like flops, absolute flops.
Yeah, it's either going to come from I'm actually really I don't want to say surprised. I think that's be a little naive.
I want to just show you. Can I just show you something?
Yeah. Let's pull it up
because I want to call something out as well.
Okay.
Now this is the demo chart of the number of players playing 1348 X Photo. Now it's dog shit. Okay, it's dog shit. But look at this. This is Saturday the 21st, and this is Sunday the 22nd. Right? These are the days that you get the biggest amount of people playing. Because they're not at work, they're not on their Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, a lot of them, and they actually get a chance to sit down and play the game. 90 on Saturday, 99 on Sunday. Suddenly on Monday, 167. By the way, during this period here, a lot of conversation about 1348 and how shit. It is the demo, which it is. It's really poor. And, the virtue signaling behind it. And it's suddenly on the Monday, 167. Whatever rally cry was given out failed miserably here. Because I don't think in itself it's an organic number. I think they've just said, let's try and get everybody in the company and their buds and friends to log on at one time. Let's see if we can drive this up. And they only got 167.
Like I said, it is I do wonder. Like I said, I can't be naive. Naive would be me saying, I don't know, why are they doing this? Like, obviously we know why, but it is very interesting that despite all these years, I mean, we have seen a lot of these properties, come and go because of it. And there may be people online that are like, hey, I'm rooting for this and yada, yada. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like, and I think that's because it's a certain demographic, right? And what I mean by that is that the people that often signal are not buyers. You know what I mean? Like the comic book industry has found this out the hard way as well.
Just bring this up.
Yeah.
You'll see. But you can carry on with your point, but it's
no. Yeah, same thing.
Point.
Well, yeah, it's this is one of the things that I think social media is tricky. Let's say that. One of the things that I've learned about being a business owner, certainly in the Rippaverse, is that it's not that just social media is just it's fake. A lot of it is. A lot of it's just fluff. It really truly is a talent to try to measure what's useful, like what's real and authentic, and like what you're gonna be like. Where's the enthusiasm? It can be very difficult to, let's say, gauge that. And I think a lot of companies are very tricked, let's say, into believing that engagement, number one, equals sales. And it never has, to be fair. It never has. I don't know where the people got that from. I've never even, like, in practice, and being in marketing, like in practice, it never even makes sense that, people, I've never liked the term like all publicity is good publicity. Like, I know why people say it.
Used to be once upon a time, before the internet.
I understand. Yes, exactly. But that's, you put it perfectly. Like, definitely post like, social media, like those days, it's not the same thing, right? It's just because you have a bunch of people talking about it, good or bad, does not mean that people are going to just go out there and buy it. Likewise, the reason why it becomes so difficult is that just because you have a lot of people talking about it, or rather it feels that way, comic book industry's found this out the hard way, where you got a bunch of people like, oh, I'm stoked, I'm really, 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 really excited about this thing, and then they don't show up. Like, one of the things that people are talking about, like, we're way blur. I want to touch on this because it speaks to what we're talking about right now. Or the Be With The Real BBC, or what's going on with some of these other or the games that we're just talking about, because he brought up Milestone. And right now there's a big conversation happening about, Milestone and the relationship with DC, and how, you have a bunch of people that, like, they act like they're very, very enthusiastic, right? Static and Icon and all these characters that DC is now, they're doing this big reboot. They got the big dogs like Vida Ala to get out there and
sure.
And get some enthusiasm behind this. And despite all these people saying that they are stoked, they don't show up. I mean, let's just be honest. They don't show up when the sales come down to it. And then DC has to make a difficult decision. like, all right, we got to turn this into a limited series. Maybe it always was, or we can't justify sticking resources in this new series based on these characters because y'all are talking about it online. But when we need you to go to the store and make a purchase, where are you? You know what I mean? Where are you coming from? So it's, man, as a business owner out there, you have to be mindful of that and do not make the mistake that a lot of these big mega corporations make here, where they're thinking that the social media hype, which again, I don't know how authentic some of this stuff is. Like when I see these not large accounts, small accounts making like, you know, big waves, and I'm seeing 17,000 likes on some post that they're talking about this game that nobody's, but that's interesting. But let's assume that it's real. It's not a bot. It's not, you know, Jim McMarketing from marketing department in his own sock account. Like maybe that's not what that is. It's authentic. The problem still is the problem. And that's that these people aren't buyers. They're not showing up to say, I like what you're doing. And, you know, if this is your social justice cause and you like that, okay. Where's the money though? You know what I mean? Like where is the investment in this? And a lot of companies are finding out the hard way that there's just not a whole lot of big hype around it, despite what they're talking about, which kind of leads us into this other conversation I want to have, because you know, that's the kind of dynamic of ripping the silverback. What makes it awesome is that you are able to more or less keep your hand on the pulse of some of the stuff that's going on in our nerds culture sphere.
Yeah.
What's going on with Star Trek?
A lot of gay shit.
Like
homosexual. lot of dudes. A lot of dudes, fucking dudes. An old lesbian scissoring. Star Trek is, well, it's not Star Trek. I mean, that's the first thing we got to say is it's not Star Trek. It's it doesn't in any shape, way, or form resemble Star Trek. It doesn't have the same principles as Star Trek. It's not rooted in discourse and fun science fiction and entertainment. It's now, as Alex Kurtzman said, a platform for them to put their messages on, and he cited things like Black Lives Matter and stuff like this. And Starfleet Academy is it is so bad. I mean, legitimately bad. I mean, obviously there's a lot of mockery going on with it, but it is legitimately so bad. It has infringed now on parody that it's become a parody. It's become a parody of itself. Instead of exploring space, instead of posing questions and having certain team members have one ideology and another have another ideology or you know, whatever. And therefore they are challenging each other and whatnot.
Right. And right.
Ultimately, at the end of the episode, it's questioned who did you kind of, because everything's not black and white. Now, we've got a gay black actor who's now in a dress, wearing platform shoes to make him look bigger, having to have his voice modulated down because he sounds like a, you know, playing a gay Klingon who's having a relationship with another gay dude, but he wants to get with another gay dude who keeps going around chatting up women.
All right, so hold on.
Yeah.
If I understand you correctly,
yeah,
gay Klingon is trying to get or shacking up with another gay person.
No, he is. He's
shacking up with another gay person.
He's seeing a guy called Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyle's very effeminate.
Okay.
You know, he's the kind of guy that sees you from across the room and goes,
okay.
Yeah. So he's seeing Kyle, but another one of his academy members who keeps going around chatting up girls, telling guys, say hello to your sister from me. He actually wants to get together with the dude, the Klingon dude. And the Klingon wants to get together with him. But there's also Kyle there as well. So now there's a gay love triangle going on.
Oh, well, all right,
Yeah.
well, let's talk about the positives. How about
The episodes eventually end.
that what I'm
That's a positive, I guess. I think.
Oh, I know we had the little launch of that first episode. I know they have been on YouTube. Well, as far as like ratings, do we have any reports happening? Like, what's the audience saying?
Yeah. Great news. Yeah, the ratings are fantastic.
Okay.
It can't chart on the Nielsen ratings. It hasn't been able to chart on the Nielsen ratings at all. And even on Paramount Plus, when it releases, it might hit number 8, number 9. And then the next day it'll be number 8, number 9, number 10. And then the day after that, it'd be gone. So it can't even stay in the Paramount Plus top 10. It gets beaten by things like King of Queens and stuff like that.
All right, let me get this straight because I've never really understood
Alpha.
the like kind of the economics of Star Trek as far as like who owns what.
Yeah,
with that property.
that'd be Paramount.
So Paramount actually owns.
They have like it was like Paramount and CBS at one point. Now it's just Paramount, I believe.
That owns the so Paramount owns.
Yeah, Kurtzman's contract runs out this year, and it looks like they're just prepping to dump all of his shit. Like there's still Strange New World season 4 to come. Then there's season 5 to come, which is only going to be 6 episodes. Then there's the second season of Starfleet Academy because these are all already done, and that might actually wrap. I mean, Starfleet Academy season 2 is now finished. It's wrapped up. It's now finished. So they're going into post-production now. So there's a possibility that even season 2 of Starfleet Academy could hit towards the end of this year. But I would be I mean, legitimately, I mean, nothing surprises us nowadays, but I would be surprised if they decided to renew Alex Kurtzman's contract. I think this is the end. I think this is the end of Alex Kurtzman now. He has destroyed Star Trek to such a humongous degree that they're wanting to go back to movies, making the movies, which is again, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, especially when you're trying to bring new crews in. You need new crews to have a TV series because you need to flesh them out. But I think that's where they want to ultimately take it. But it's dead. I mean, it's dead, Jim.
Yeah, that's the problem though. Like, how does I don't know when you can always get like an injection of some enthusiasm when there's I guess
you can't. You can get an injection of sperm into your bum.
No, well, that's gay. That's
Star
Trek part.
That's all I can offer you. That's the best. Fair. That's the best I can offer you.
Look, I can understand at least for marketing. Like, all right, well, there's kind of a transfer of power if that were to happen. Let's say Kurtzman bounces or whatever, and if that were to happen, there may be an opportunity for them to kind of and a lot has to go right. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying that a lot has to go right for that to happen, and then that's your opportunity to get some like injection of like life into that property. But I mean, I'm just faced with the reality that between that and some of the Star Wars has a similar problem. I'm not sure what's going to be happening with this upcoming Mandalorian movie. Is that this year?
The green fucker.
Yeah, that's this year, is it not?
That is May, sir. That is around the corner.
That's around the corner. So that's around the corner. But yeah, like you got that stuff with on the Star Wars side, and we'll see what the audience says about it. But man, it's
Perfect time for Pedro Pascal to come out as gay.
Yeah, that'll do him wonders.
We're so shocked.
We all were.
We are so shocked.
See it in my face. How shocked I am. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, oh man, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I like, look, I might care for what's happening in the mainstream is a lot different these days. It still is a part of me that's like, we are living in an era where, unfortunately, the property owners or the IP holders are having a very difficult time making a property that exists, that's been around forever, that should have a baked-in audience, hit. Like that's such a...
Dude, Star Trek is a used to be a very popular franchise. You have to really go above and beyond to destroy it. And Kurtzman's done that. Halo was an absolute fucking slam dunk for them. You put out a great Halo story, a really cool Halo story. Master Chief, they discover a Halo, they get on the Pillar of Autumn, they head on over there. You know, you got the UNTC, whatever. And they're all out there and they're getting blowed up to fuck. And it's like, you know, all these cool battles and you got the katana going. Oh, nah. What I can give you, though, is naked Master Chief with his ass out. And a scrawny little side shave bent fucking Asian twat. Is that, do you want to, can I tease you for any of that, sir? Can I convince you? Can I talk you into any of that, sir? Do you want a naked Master Chief? Oh, by the way, he dies, and then Katana takes over his suit, and he's basically a meat puppet. You in for any of that, sir?
Yikes!
Any of that? Any
cannot say that interests me.
Tempt you, sir? Can I tempt you with that, sir?
I cannot say.
I can give you a side of fucking fecal matter as well to see if it'll go down a little bit better for you, sir.
Yikes!
How about a Star Trek full of gay shit? Do you want? I got gay Klingons. I got gay humans. I got gay fish people, and they're all fucking each other, mate. You into that? I got two lesbians. I got two dried up, wrinkly fucking prune lesbians, sir. You in for a bit of scissoring with that, sir? I mean, it'd be like two pieces of sandpaper rubbing against each other. But any interest in that, sir? I could give you a little bit of that, sir. No, sir. If you want the heterosexuality, sir, I can only give you no tits, no ass. Is that any of that, sir? You into any of that, sir? Looks basic as fuck. No tits, no ass, sir. I can give you that. Crazy as a fucking mad one, but you know. But any of that interesting to you? Oh, by the way, don't ask for any fucking science fiction. We ain't got any of that. None of that, sir.
Man, it is. Man, it is. Look, between the games and obviously movie franchises or just IPs, man, looking at the state of them and how a lot of us have looked to, you know, smaller companies, independents, some of the stuff that they have going as well. And obviously the East, still, man, like looking at the state of Western media right now is it's tough, man. I'm hearing these stories about like a Star Trek or what's happened with the latest Star Wars even or anything. Obviously, we know what's going on with Halo and
you know how we use Tim Drake as a reference.
Yeah.
For taking a great character, turning him gay, killing him dead.
Mm-hmm.
Any interest? DC, did you know? I don't know if you're aware of this. DC have now retired Tim Drake.
No, this is news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been retired. He's retired off now. He's gone off into the sunset with his boyfriend to bum. So he's gone. That's it. 37 years. Bye, Tim. We turned you gay. It killed you. It killed your character completely. And we couldn't do anything with you because every story was he's taken up the shitter. And now you're done. You're done. We can't do anything. So now your character's been sunsetted. Bye. Gone. See you later.
It is sad to see, man.
That's what we're doing. This is vandalism. This is
Cultural
vandalism.
vandalism. Look, and I used to be been out of shape, and I kind of entered a new stage of my life where I'm like, look, man, they don't answer to me. I am not their target audience, and I accept that. So now I kind of just, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Unfortunately, it does suck watching kind of that play out the way that it has, but you know, it kind of is what it is situation.
It is what it
but
is.
I do want to talk about something a little bit more on a let's just say a more positive note, if I could find.
Huzzahs!
Let me see if I can find hold on just a second. Let me see if I can find a man, I have way too many tabs open. Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna just let this play. Do we think Crimson Desert is too good to be true?
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited. Don't give me hope, because I'm excited. I'm really liking the look of this.
Yeah. So just to take you guys back, if I'm not mistaken, Crimson Desert, they originally, which really makes me sad after seeing this, if I remember correctly, it was the Crimson Desert franchise that was actually supposed to end up being like this kind of MMO. And they pivoted from it. They made it to a more single player experience. I really do wish they would, maybe this does so well that it makes them want to kind of reassess that. And but fuck, dude, looking at everything with this game, from the traversals, from the
do you want me to host the video? Because mine won't stutter like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with mine. It's not even like host it if you can.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
If you give us the link, I put the trailer here, but if you got a link for that, I'll put.
Yeah,
that.
It's just a collection of pretty much all of the.
Oh yeah, okay. You put that in the.
Yeah, let me put that in the chat real quick.
The M's. And then
I'm putting it in the private chat here. There we go. Bam.
Gotcha. Right. Let me share this then. Bang. There you go.
All right.
It's shared down below.
Where are you at? There it is.
Yep. There we go. There you go. Proper PC.
So, but so, oh man. First, I know it's like a hey, you don't want to get your hopes up kind of situation. But first takes. Do you think it is a too good to be true situation?
I don't. I hope not. I really do. I really hope not, because I have now been actively avoiding seeing as much as I can of this, because I am so interested in this game.
Yeah.
Everything that I have seen looks awesome. The combat, the world, the variety of traversals, the variety of what seems to be on the ground, the size of the world seems
let's say big at scale,
absolutely ginormous.
Yeah,
and I am begging this to be as we are seeing, because holy shit, I could get lost in this place.
Man, it's what an interesting I mean this is right around the corner next month.
Yeah.
So I mean we won't have to wait long, but dude, I'm that way as well. You know, it's like I don't want it to be too good to be true, but you know, every video that we've seen as far as like the cool things that they're doing with the gameplay.
Yeah.
Again, the
Look at that. That'd be
traversal.
nice.
Yeah, look at
Come
that. From the traversal to like the it's just everything. It
And the way that
looks
the
like
cloak obviously can be
yeah,
used as like almost like a glider-esque
yeah, like
type.
a glider kind of situation, man. And it's like it looks what obviously I need this out of these types of games is depth. And that's what it looks
Yeah.
like that this game
Yes.
this game
Like just little
has.
stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool as
That's
fuck,
cool.
man.
That's cool as shit, right? But yeah, just having that depth to be able to do different things, and being in the opposite action sort of RPG
I
setting.
mean, the size here as well. Look at that.
Yeah, the scale, look at the different gators. Dude, man,
That looks like a CSI Geralt type of thing there. You're kind of
yeah,
scanning.
yeah. Fish and like
Threatening. You see he's threatening there as well.
like,
Got to threaten.
Oh man, like gameplay right there. I mean, this is all
Isn't this from the same people that did Black Desert Online?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. If I'm not mistaken, they were like this was supposed to be like a follow-up to that, like to one of the MMOs. And it was supposed to like be an MMO originally, and then at some point during the production pipeline, they switched up.
Thank God. That's all I can say.
Here we are. And it's like I am so stoked on this, man. Like I am so interested to see what this looks like. Obviously, it's showing the different regions and shit right now.
Look at that, but like industrial.
It looks like the scale of this is.
Whoa!
I've seen some early reports on like gameplay.
Oh, that is good. See, look at that. It's gorgeous.
But fuck, dude, like this is.
I think there was some criticism from I think it was like IGN or something, so that actually got me more interested. Because if you're getting like criticism from, because I think they were criticizing like, why does the characters look so nice? Why do the females look so like something or other?
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, if you're pissing off, absolute fucktards like IGN and whatnot, then you are on the right track with me.
Wow, man, like this. Man, I'm all over this.
It's like a spiritual successor to The Witcher.
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, it has like it has that element to it, man. But
look at that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Dude, can you remember when you had no draw distance in video games?
Yeah.
Now we're seeing for miles. It's so
now look at it, man. And it's like I'm really interested to see kind of the depth of this, the RPG elements of this.
Yeah.
Because dude, man, this is it's almost sounding too good to be true because it hits all the beats, and it's just very rarely does like, do you see that? Like, I looked at, you see that kick, but yeah, like, do you see like, oh man, we're hitting all the beats. We got the action combat. You can you have the obviously story elements are there, the like scale, right? Getting that big scale that you expect and anticipate out of any sort of like RPG.
And it was switching from a one-handed sword and boards to a two-handed with a sword, and then the sword went on the back, and then so it looks like there's good flexibility in combat about how you can utilize your character as well.
Yeah.
Bosses, obviously.
I am all over this.
Look at that wind, that wind getting up.
Yeah. I'm all over this. Like I am all over this. Releases next month.
I think it's in about 4 weeks away now.
Yep, it's right around the corner, and I know I don't get a chance to stream gaming a lot, but best believe.
I don't know if there's any early access or anything. I don't know if there's like I'd have to check out, but like a few days early access. But I have. This is. I'm just like I'm begging for this to just please.
I just want to be good.
Be the game that we're. Oh, look at that tree!
Look at that! Look at that!
No,
oh, check that out.
See, it's like cool little shit like that.
Yeah, man. Like
good platforming elements, good traversal, dungeon elements. Come on, yeah. It's hitting all the right. It's hitting all the right spots for us.
Yeah, man. Like,
I think custom create on the character as well. So it's not like it was a fixed hero.
Yep.
Custom creates, it can be what you want to be, create
Man,
the character you want to create. Characters actually look like fucking human beings.
Yeah. Oh man, I am going to be all over this. And yeah, if it does that early, I don't know if it's early access or anything, but yeah, I mean, look, this will be a game for sure to bring me to just at least stream it even for a little bit. Like I got to play this damn game.
Hell yeah.
I've got to play this fucking game.
You gotta make you gotta try it. You gotta try it.
100%. Like 100%. Like I have to.
What's going on here?
Oh,
okay.
Shit. Yeah, man.
Nighttime traversal, you know, proper like dark nighttime with your torches out.
Yeah, man, I'm all over this. I am going to absolutely be all over this. So yeah, we got this in March, and I'll I'm really, really excited about this. But what do you think about I mean, they're starting to ramp up a little bit of marketing. Do you think Grand Theft Auto is coming? Is like
GTA 6. I don't want to get my hopes up that GTA 6 will hit this year. I know they're saying this year, but
they're saying this year, man. Like that
September-ish time.
They're saying, I forget what the exact date is, but they're saying that sometime at the end of the year. November 19th is what they're saying.
November 19th, right. I just wanted to I would say just make it right. Like I'd rather them delay it till May of next year, for example, for it to come out right, than to rush it if it's not ready, because that's going to be the biggest game release of all time.
And it's not going to be close if we're being completely honest. It's not going to be definitely if it launches with GTA Online.
I don't think it even needs to do that. I don't think it even needs to do that.
The thing is, for them, absolutely, because they spend. I mean, the amount of money that they make from fucking GTA Online with them damn shark cards, bro.
Dude, they've already spent $800 million on this game.
Yeah, I know, and they're gonna make like that's where the money is gonna be made, though. Like in that online. So I don't know if it's gonna launch with. I mean, like they didn't for the last.
I'd imagine they probably wouldn't drop the two together. Yeah. Maybe let people experience the single player for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then drop it a month later or so. I don't know. But I would be surprised if they do. Like, holy fuck!
Yeah, if they do,
that's a state. You know, that's a huge statement of intent.
Talking about servers, man. They're gonna have to fucking have a data center and fucking as the size of Japan, like to even house.
This is why we can't afford RAM.
Yeah, right now, and I think that's also why I think that. Look, I do believe if we didn't have, this is my opinion, I do believe if we didn't have the like the tech situation that we had. I do believe that they probably hold off to another console release, but I don't think that because I mean, I know it sounds crazy. PS5 released 6 years ago.
I cannot believe.
I know, man. I know it sounds crazy. It was 6 years ago. So you know that is like, you know, that's how those, you know, you're talking 5, 7, 8 years is usually when you start to get another one. So with the tech, and the hardware issues that are happening right now with just the general pricing, I do wonder if that had influence of them saying like, look, man, just put this shit out, because who knows when a new console is gonna fucking come out. Because if it does come out right now, I mean, that's just gonna be expensive. Like PS6 would be like right now. I mean, I again, if you want to fall out and clutch your pearls, go look at RAM pricing. Right now, it's just it's not going down.
No,
it's not going down at all. So I think that's going to be said for a lot of the hardware. So maybe that had a way of like being like, look, we got to just put the shit out. We got to put it out. We can't keep putting this shit off. Let's just put it out, and we'll see what happens. But I do wonder if it's going to launch with GTA Online. It didn't, obviously, last time. But yeah, this is either way, it's going to be the biggest game release of all time. So highly anticipated. I do wonder just how just like an escort mission. Looks
It was
like
just a merchant. I think it was a merchant.
Oh,
Ended
just a
up being
merchant. He just walked off. Got you. Okay. But yeah, let's it's that game's gonna be massive. I know as far as like the beats of the actual game, I do wonder if it's going to have like that's been the conversation. Everybody's like, look, can a GTA even come out in this climate, right? Like 'cause we live in a different era. Without it being like tamed. You know what I mean?
I mean, it will be tamed. I don't think there'll be any prostitute scenes. I don't think there's going to be any running over prostitutes, murdering prostitutes. I think they're probably that stuff is going to be a casualty. It's what, but it's always been about what fun can you create, you know?
Yeah.
Because developers can try and prevent you from doing stuff all day long. But ultimately, if you can find a way, we'll find a way.
Yeah. Often everybody does, man. So I do wonder if it is gonna be like neutered, just because man, I am fucking stoked.
If you are neutering those elements, then you have to in some other way make up for it in gameplay, story.
Well, mainly gameplay. I think this has to be an innovative game. Like it has to do something as far as maybe it's tied into its scale, what it can do, the randomization. Something has to be like cutting edge. And I think, to me personally,
I believe see the amount of fucking things you'll find in here.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts. This shit's just fucking nuts, dude. But yeah, like with GTA, it's like I think for AAA, Last Stand. I think this for AAA, it's like everybody's eyes on them. What GTA is going to do, how they're going to respond, and if it's going to do something from a gameplay perspective that is taking things to the taking that leap, like it's been a while since we've seen that leap in gaming from like, oh, it does something that is, look at this shit, man. It does
crazy,
something that is I like how seamless it looks, bro. But yeah, it does something that is like fundamentally cutting edge. Like it's like, oh, GTA did this, and now the entire industry wants to mimic it because it's so like innovative, I guess is the term I call it. But we'll see. I think for AAA though, that's their last stand. I don't see anything. I mean, you're gonna have your games that sell well. You're gonna have your run of the mill, like the franchises that have been around. But as far as just actual innovation for the market and for the industry, I think it's gonna come by way of GTA.
Well, I mean, this could be console last stand. To be honest with you, I don't even know if we're gonna get another Microsoft console.
Looking at what happened. Oh, man, we didn't get a chance to talk about that, huh? With the recent shakeup, Phil Spencer's out. Some AI Indian chick is in, and
that looks like she's using AI for her answers,
her replies,
and then used AI to say that I don't use AI. Looking like that.
But they might get out. But I don't know what that means for the. I mean, we got the whole Steam thing happening, Steam box or whatever the fuck. Is happening.
I'm interested in that.
I'm interested in what it does. Yeah,
I'm interested in that to take to the TV downstairs. So I do have an interest in that because that could just that could change a few things.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens with that. I know it's.
I think Microsoft are done. I think they're done.
You think they're just going straight software?
I think straight software. Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think we're gonna see Microsoft bow out the. They're gonna do a Sega. They're gonna bow out the hardware game. I just don't see where they compete in the console war anymore. They lost horrendously this time.
This was bad. This was bad.
Yeah. And they still lost last time with the PlayStation 4 as well.
Yeah.
They couldn't secure exclusives. That's been apparent, and the direction from this Indian chick is I want to make more emotional and empathic type. Like okay, so you want to make games for sissies, right? Gamers don't give a fuck. You know, this is what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, right here. We're looking at it.
This is shove your fucking empathetic fucking sissy games up your ass. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
Fucking threw him over his head.
Yeah, that was nice.
Good,
I like how just
this is some good sword and boarding, by the way.
Yeah, I just like the athleticism. That's what I like out of these types of games, like athleticism in the general gameplay. And this looks athletic as fuck.
He's knackered. Yeah, go in there now. Have him. Oh, look at that big fucker who just came walking around the corner.
Yeah, they letting him 1v1. I like this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
dragging us in, man.
Yeah, man. Like
you've already got a sale, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I mean, it's done enough to impress me to be at least like, but I just want this shit to be so fucking good. Mainly because I wanted to be a standard. Like, look at just how this game fucking looks, dude.
It looks superb.
It looks insane, man.
Ooh. Okay, now you've hurt him enough to get into the finish off cutscene. Yeah. See your heads up.
Jeez. Oh, they let him 1v1 to death?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're done, man. Bro.
You're
done. I don't think. Oh! I thought his maesters were going to help him. No, everyone's in with the stabs now. Yeah.
Shit, they did not like that guy.
No.
Wow.
The man who would be king.
This looks amazing.
Oh, that could have been the guy that he was talking to, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the guy that he
yeah.
Another big boss fight. Oh shit, what the fuck was that? Oh man, dude. All right, man, I'll sit and watch this all day.
I know. We're lost. We're lost in the sauce.
Yeah, we're lost in the sauce. We're 100% lost in the sauce. Let me get to some of these super chats. Got quite a bit.
You do that, and I'll carry on watching.
Yeah, well, I asked watch Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
All right, we got Jack through with a 10. Said, "What's your favorite part of chasing ghosts?" I like doing Skeletor, rush point B with a hand pistol and smoke grenade on cooldown, only to be beaten by Ingrid yelling, "Go, Whip, go!"
Yeah,
becoming a Super Saiyan. Okay, yeah, I remember that. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a fair.
Yeah,
I mean, I am slightly biased when it comes to chasing ghosts.
Yeah,
so, my favorite part of chasing ghosts is chasing ghosts. So
that's fair. That's fair. Shout out, Jonathan. Appreciate that 10. Love to see you here. We got Connor with a 2. Says congrats on 100. Both of you keep up the great work. We are, and we're back. Really excited. We got Joshua the 20 says, man, this is even laid by Gary standards. Hey,
Josh Kelsey's talking.
I know, right? Like not even like dropping and leaving. He's got something to say, so you know it's important. Yeah. Hey, welcome back though. Thank you so much. Look, this dragon fucking
love you, Josh. Oh, this is
traversal, bro.
Like it's got this like
that one of those cities, like
almost steampunk at times element. It's like these regions are very different. We're not just talking
it's a variety
tundras and biomes. We're talking look at this. Like
look at that, bro. Fuck off, man.
Like mech suit. You know, we've got a fucking mech suit here. Medieval mech suit. Look at that beauty. That's beautiful, man.
Hold on, let me look at something real quick before I continue on. Let me see.
So look, he's avoiding the 2 big guys, trying to get to the small guy there. Whoa!
Oh, shit!
Whoa! He's gonna power. Whoa! He's just carpet bombed everyone.
Yo! So according to the developer, they're saying that you could get up to 80 hours on this damn thing.
I fucking hope so.
So
dude, if I can get over 230 hours on The Witcher 3, I'm wanting 80 hours. That's fucking chicken feed. Give me more.
Give me more. Yeah, more.
Feed me more, Seymour.
Yeah. Oh man.
Look at that bear.
Yeah, it was a bear.
Bear mount.
Man. Shout out Josh Kelsey
Oh.
though. We got Thundarius with 100, and he says, a happy 100th perfect episode to announce the confirmation of the Horseman helmet, the golden Riververse banana hammock. Confirm Q4 2026. I cannot confirm that. The Ripper hat still TBD to be. It says, unfortunately, shout out Thundarius. I have not confirmed any of that. Thank you so much, man. I love to see it here. As always, big homie. We got Pistol with a 2 says, Netflix Gary, what is your opinion on Stargate? I don't really have one. I don't really have one.
Netflix Gary.
Yeah. Shout out. Thank you. We got Rock O'Killer with 10 says, wasn't the show pre-recorded? If that's the case, I wonder why it wasn't as edited out. Are you talking about the BAFTA? I have no idea how they do that.
It was on a slight. I mean, I think it was on a 2-hour delay for the States. I don't know about the delay on the UK. But the BBC were putting themselves into a position where if we sense, I've seen the footage. I couldn't even make out the word.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
So the BBC were probably in a position where they're just like, if we censor it, does that diffuse everything? But then we are censoring disabled people because the BBC are another virtue signaling company. Or do we not censor it because it's coming from a disabled person?
Yeah, it's a conundrum.
You cannot win the oppressed Olympics. You know, it's a race to the bottom.
Yeah. By the way, I think another reason I did not know. So they have a proprietary engine that they're using. That's what I just read there. It's called the Black Space engine. So they got their own kind of thing going on with the physics and shit, which is cool. This is an ambitious game, man. I'm excited for it. But yeah, shout out Cole Hauser, my man, says, hell, Ripper and ass. Welcome back. Had no idea why she blocked me. Oh, I guess she's talking about Grace. I guess I'm too black with common sense anyway.
Wow,
she had mega con
yeah.
Cole Hauser, man. We'll see you soon. Looking forward to it, big homie. Gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, big homo. Homie. Sorry, homie.
Pre-Dog Corpses with a 5 months. Thank you so much. We have Terry the Black says, I don't know.
He loves the company of women. Man, no, not women. That's just the problem.
Says, I don't know about anyone else, but I was laughing at the clip only because these are the same folks who would call everyone problematic. Says Terry the Black. Yeah.
I'm
not wrong.
Laughing at the clip because it's just exposed. It's an IQ test that they failed
100%,
miserably.
100%. We have Cole House. I have no issues with my white friends and their word. Yeah, it's like you can't look, man. Like you got definitely as a man, like that you can't have words just having that much control over you, man. Like, come on, man. I read that. We got Snex says with a 2, congrats on 100. Looking forward to the Horseman. Another person telling Fields. Shout out Snex. Love to see you.
Horseman helmet, nice. I'll take one. Thank you.
Here we go. Cole Hauser with a Canadian 2 says as another brother.
Pre-orders start tomorrow, guys.
Right. Making
tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central.
Never believe this, man.
9 a.m. Central.
Luke with a 5 says, congrats on 100 episodes. I hope you both get your copies of my comic issue 2 is being printed in with ship pre-orders March 9. Oh, shout out. Thank you so much. We got 1992 Space Movie said Jamie Foxx said on record that DiCaprio was originally uncomfortable playing his role in Django, and Samuel L. Jackson and Fox himself pushed him to fully play his character. Yeah, apparently that word is okay in that context. So I get
didn't he Jamie Foxx was also a big supporter of Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
It's all good.
I guess it's good when it's good, but it's not good when they want it to be not good.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Is that how it works? I'm pretty
fluid. Just like the gender, man. It's fluid.
It's like water. Like water.
Terry the Black with a 5 says, man, Eric, if you ever archive those monetize your hated shows on a channel outside of Ripperverse stuff, that would be a fire gym listening material. It's I think I think that old playlist is still up of like all those debates that I had. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. The way Blair says, will you buy Milestone Media if it was for sale for $7 million? Whoo.
Why?
That
Why?
ain't cheap, by the way. But no,
Why buy somebody else's IP and make it yours instead of doing what you're doing now,
fair.
which is making your own IP
That's also fair. That's also fair. I mean,
you don't need some fucking cast-offs.
Yeah,
and if like, it's not working for DC, what means it's what? Who's to say it's going to work for anyone else?
Like,
yeah, black creator with a black thing. Yeah, that's fucking worked.
Yeah, they can't. They're having some trouble getting some enthusiasm.
Yeah, dude. No, you can keep.
I mean, Vita Ala, like I said, I don't know if that was the move for Static. Like that.
Oh no, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I don't know who had a decision there.
This ain't Milestone. This is Virtue Stone. Now
it's not.
This is
BLM
fucking Static. You know, it's a fucking. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's the return of Vertigo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
When Vertigo came back and it was that pile of fucking white. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's fair.
No, sir.
Yeah,
no,
I
sir.
don't even know what the valuation on that is going for the wave.
$7. It's my final offer.
Snacks with a 2 says, but a triangle has 3 straight sides. See what you did there. See what you did.
It has 3 straight sides, but has 3 gay guys.
Yeah. Oh man, and I know it took a little bit, but that will get us through the super chats, if I'm not mistaken.
Super chats.
What someone said in the chat, it says just see email from Reverse that shipping wasn't paid for on a recent order, but I haven't ordered anything from Reverse recently. Ordered a GNG. That's probably what that may be what they're referring to. I don't know if it's both of them. Obviously, that's customer service. But if you received that email, that may have been unless it was something like just respond to them. I can't obviously I can't work customer service. I don't work in customer service. I'm just the owner of the company. Reach out to them. I have no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, I know that there was some like a glitch or something with some guys not being charged or whatever. So yeah, just if you have some questions, just reach back out to them and let them know. Okay.
I'll tell you what. Think what you want of Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
But he's
hilarious.
He's clowning them again. He's clowning the industry again. Yeah, he did a tweet going, just finished the photo shoot for tomorrow and the team has sent me a sneak peek. It's going to be cinema. Drops on #marathon partner. Because of the marathon, and then so everyone's losing their shit.
I bet.
And marathon is just like, no, he's not partnered. And then fucking community notes go, no, he's not partnered. It's like
is a troll.
He literally did this with fucking High Guard or whatever it was a few fucking couple of weeks ago, and you're falling for it all again. It's like
silly,
too easy.
So I did not realize it was a dog right here. So what do you have coming up this week, as?
Tomorrow I will have my Starfleet Academy episode 8, or is it episode 7? I'm praying it's 8. Review at some point. Episode 8. Come on. Depending on the time that I get it finished, I might jump onto that marathon stress test. Because let's see what marathon's like. I haven't liked what I've seen. But will it be different? Will it play any different? Don't know. Then Friday, it's already pre-installed, ready to go. Resident Evil Requiem, aka Resident Evil 9. Cannot wait to get on that. I think Eric's. Oh no, he's alive. Cannot wait to get onto that, and I will probably then FNT, but I will probably continue that on Saturday as well, because I doubt I'll finish it before FNT. So I'll probably be going with that on Saturday as well. Also, that awful looking Horizon game is stress testing this weekend as well. So I might jump on or at least record some of that for a video.
Okay.
And then Sunday afternoon tea with ours. Sunday fun day. We'll be playing Wind Rose, which has been awesome. Awesome to play the demo. And last week the devs came into the stream as well, which
That's
was
cool.
which was
awesome.
pretty cool. And they answered a few questions. And today, I believe they are dropping a trailer.
Ooh.
They are dropping a new trailer for Wind Rose today. They said Wednesday. And maybe that will have some more information about the official release date. But we had an absolute blast with it on Sunday Fun Day last Sunday. And yeah, we can't wait to get back onto it this week.
Wow. That's really cool, man. I love to see that when like folks hop in. You know, playing again. It's always cool. It's always really cool.
Yeah,
man.
they're just like, hey, we're cool that you're enjoying, cool that you're enjoying the game. And I thought that was it. And I was just like, yeah. We had I said a few things. And then I thought they were just going to bug off. They stayed for ages. It was
that's fucking awesome.
Like I asked a question like half an hour later and they were still there. And it's like, okay,
that's
cool.
Sick. That's awesome, man. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, as far as me this week, obviously I'm head down with Riververse, man. We got a lot of stuff on the way. Fun stuff on the way. I will be I am trying to get better about kind of doing some random, like if you've been watching the videos that I do put out, they're like I'm talking about retro games and fucking random shit. So I'll try to sprinkle those in from time to time, and I'm going to continue to do that. But other than that, dude, it's Ripperverse. A lot of fun stuff happening. We'll be back next week for this week in the Ripperverse solicitation. So expect something at some point next week. Obviously, this week the highly anticipated Horseman number 3 went up for pre-order. So you should get in on that. But other than that, I cannot promise streams anymore other than this one right here. So this is the one I can say. You expect me here. The others, hey, might happen, might not. I'm just, I kind of gotta go with the flow between father and Ripperverse stuff. So other than that, man, it does feel good to be back. We're back to our regular scheduled programming. If you guys will tune in next week, we will be on Az's channel on Heel versus Babyface. Be sure to follow him over there. But other than that, this has been a wonder. It does really feel, I'm not even hot side right now. It feels great to be back because I get clued in. I feel like I'm fucking out of the loop on everything because I don't do this because I haven't done the show. So I feel like I get up to speed when we do a show like this. So thank you all so much. Please be a little more considerate of people with Tourette's. That'd be great. And I would love for you to support everything that we got going here, as well as everything over there on Heel versus Babyface channel. But we got to get out of here, man. It's been almost 2.5 hours. We got to get out of here. Thank you all so much. Feels good to be back. Until next time, though, y'all be easy. Peace out.
Bye.